the CWF TV show. This is our final show of the year.
It's Christmas.
And can I say, Merry Christmas, Captain.
Yeah.
This is our Christmas episode right here, and I've got some gifts for you.
Well, let me tell you something, Ralpher. Rugrats, Crumb Crunchers, put down those toys. It's time to watch CWF. There, I feel much better. It's the Jolly Fat Man. That's right. Wearing red. That's me. But we got all kinds of good things going on in that ring tonight.
Not only do we have CWF champion Barrett Brown here tonight, we've got a challenger all the way from Orlando, Florida, Joshua Dawkins, and I've heard nothing but incredible things about this guy. Tell him who else is here, Captain.
We have former WWE superstar Michael Tarver will be gracing us with his presence tonight. Always a show. You better watch out. If you've never seen him in action, folks, you are in for a real CWF treat.
We've also got WCW former Ravens flock member Lodi here, and he's going to be tagging with my favorite wrestler, Peterbuilt, tonight. Folks, you are in for a treat. Don't you go anywhere. I almost forgot. The Mac Daddy, Ron Starr, is here, and he's going to be taking on Johnny Lawless. It's an incredible show.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Get the candy out of the stocking, eat a candy cane, and let's get ready for the most amazing CWF show of all time. Merry Christmas. Let's go to Adam in the Ring for the intros of our first match.
From deep in the heart of Texas, the Lone Star, Johnny Lawless.
Lone Star Johnny Lawless, founder of the Bible Club, the man with formerly the losingest streak in CWF history. But wow, what a year it has been for the Lawless one, and what a match does he have tonight.
Absolutely, I can't wait. We haven't seen him in a while. Ron Starr back in the house. It's going to be an exciting match for sure. What a transformation that Johnny Lawless has gone through with the Bible Club, and it's really changed his whole attitude. I don't like it.
And his opponent, weighing in at 220 pounds, coming to us from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the one and only Ron Starr.
Dawkins, #1 co-signer,
There he is, the one and only Ron Starr, Mac Daddy, Philly's favorite son. Rocky Balboa learned everything he knows from Ron Starr.
Absolutely. And there he is, showing his stuff, which, my goodness, he's looking mean. He's looking lean. He is ready to take on the Texas Machine.
I tell you what, he's lost a lot of weight. He looks like $1 million, and I tell you, I am excited to have him here tonight and to see him go one-on-one against Johnny Lawless.
If for no other reason, if your church is thinking about it, I think you should bring us in, because look at the talent that we have to present to your congregation.
I tell you, these guys right here, I know they have a lot of mutual respect for each other. I know that they're brothers in Christ, but these guys don't agree on a lot of things. Let me give you an example. Johnny Lawless from Dallas, Texas, he's a Cowboys fan. Ron Starr from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania,
He's a Cowboys fan.
He's an Eagles fan.
Oh.
All right? I know that they don't agree politically. One of them likes one candidate, another one likes another candidate. But these guys are going to put that aside. They're going to get in the ring, and they are going to show their skill tonight. I am excited to see what's going to happen. And look at both men trying to gain the upper hand. Who's going to win? And it looks like Starr is going to draw first blood.
There you go, and they're going to back off. Yeah, they have those disagreements, and what are they going to do? They're going to get in the ring and beat the tar out of each other.
I don't think there was ever a question of whether he had it or not. This was a sanctioned match. Ron Starr, not just a veteran, but a superstar in our sport.
He's still a working member of the wrestling class. It's not like those few and far between occasions when I step into the ring where you go, my goodness, give that man a cane. Ron Starr still has everything he's ever had.
Well, Johnny Lawless gets the upper hand there. And Johnny having a little fun. Ron Starr does not seem to mind.
Well, it's Christmas. What do you expect?
It is Christmas. They circle up, handshake, mutual respect for each other. Collar and elbow tie up. Oh, but a little amateur wrestling action there as Johnny Lawless gets the upper hand on Ron Starr.
Was that a little taunting I saw going on there?
Well, you can only be friends for so long inside the squared circle. At some point, something's going to give. And, I mean, both of these men want to get a W tonight.
I would say that's almost bordering on a little bit of cockiness when it comes to Johnny Lawless. So,
Collar and elbow tie up around the world. Oh, and it's Ron Starr with a headlock takeover. And now Johnny Lawless is learning not to take the veteran for granted.
very weak 2 count to get Lawless's foot off the rope.
Well, the crowd seemed to like that. Ron Starr implying he never lost it, but Johnny Lawless may have. And there you go. What did I tell you? At some point, things are going to come to a head.
Now it's fixing to get a little exciting in there.
All right, Johnny Lawless ends up trying to go in on Ron Starr. Ron Starr with the headlock. There's a shoot-off. Pass by. Oh, and Ron Starr caught it. And a big kick to the chest, followed up by a back elbow. And there's the pin, one. Only a 1 count, and Lawless kicked out.
I don't think he was expecting that one to go all the way. It was kind of an afterthought. But now he slams him down. You go for that pin, you got to hook the leg. Dropping the big elbow.
Beautiful body slam, beautiful elbow. That gets a 2 count. Ron Starr with the upper hand on Johnny Lawless. Referee Aaron Scott trying to get out of the way. Ron Starr staying on the attack. Hits him in the corner, shoots him out, follows up with a big clothesline. And Lawless is going to be feeling that next week and may need to make an appointment with his dentist.
A little guns check there from Ron Starr, making sure that gun is ready to take it to the backside of Johnny Lawless. Oh, working that shoulder. Johnny Lawless spotted what was going on, moved out of the way. Starr taking the shoulder in the corner, and now Johnny Lawless going to work on that shoulder. Oh, and he just drove that knee into the left shoulder of Ron Starr. With all that hardware on it, you know that's got to be a stinger.
When you think about so many things that we do in this sport, so many moves, arm drags, body slams, hip tosses, everything is done with that left arm. So this could have devastating effects on the rest of the match. It's a really, really smart game plan by Johnny Lawless. Again, I know these guys are friends. He doesn't want to hurt him permanently, but both of these guys want a W. They want a victory, and they want the win tonight.
And we'll find out at the end who's going to actually have that victory. But you're right. You know, there's a time for cordiality and then a time to take it to the next level. And right now, it looks like Lone Star is doing just that.
Well, just going to work on that shoulder, those shoulder standing shoulder tackles, and 3 takes it down. And now putting it in a submission hold. Does Ron Starr have what it takes to fight out of this, or will this be the end of Ron Starr's legacy in the CWF here in Texas?
I don't know, and he's struggling against that right now. And referee Aaron Scott is checking very so close to make sure that he is not ready to submit.
Well, Lawless seemed to get a little frustrated, just kind of slammed the left arm back onto the mat, which takes its toll as it is. Look, we're kind of seeing a little different side of the Bible Club founder here. He legitimately seems upset. He legitimately seems like he wants to do whatever it takes to win this match.
Just because he's from Philadelphia doesn't mean that he thought it was an exhibition fight. He's there to win, and Johnny Lawless has to remember that and understand that.
Well, I have often wondered why, when I visit the city of brotherly love and I run up those stairs, why is there not a statue of Ron Starr there? Why do I have to see a statue of Rocky Balboa? I tell you what, we are seeing a really different side of Johnny Lawless. I don't know if I like it, but you know, just for the sake of safety, we may have to put a stop to this before Ron Starr gets legitimately hurt.
Well, he's still got all his wits about him, putting that hand on the rope to have him break that count. And Johnny Lawless taking all 5 of those counts to break that. And slams that foot down right now. Johnny Lawless stalking his prey. And by the way, they moved the they've moved the Rocky statue to the bottom of the stairs so they can put that Ron Starr statue on the top.
Was not aware of that. Ron Starr, the legend right now, he is in trouble. Gut to the boot, or boot to the gut by Johnny Lawless, snapmare. And now again, Johnny just working on that left shoulder of Ron Starr.
But you know, that frustration you see building in Johnny Lawless, you know, that's what he got into before he found the Bible Club, and that could be a dangerous road for him to go down.
Somehow Ron Starr had the wherewithal, the intestinal fortitude to roll out of it. But look at him. He's just laying there like a slug. It could be his best defense as Johnny Lawless goes back to the attack on that left shoulder. And Ron Starr is in need of some offense right now.
Would that be legitimate offense?
Legitimate offense on the part of a legitimate superstar of Ron Legitimate Starr.
Well, I'm glad that we have our sponsor, Legitimate Burgers and Fries, with us this evening. And after the match, go out and get you some. It's the best Christmas present you can have.
They are legitimately the best hamburger this side of the Mississippi. Let me tell you. Oh, Ron Starr with a big left fist to the face. And the southpaw goes for a clothesline, misses. And now, Johnny Lawless has put him in the Texas Panhandle. And again, that is putting more pressure on that left shoulder. But look at Ron Starr trying to fight back, and it's a backslide. Oh, and I thought he was going to beat him like Kerry Von Erich beat Ric Flair for the world title back in 1984.
What a show of strength. And right now, he's just looking for a breather. Johnny Lawless is going to give it to him, which I don't understand.
Surprised by that, Ron Starr looks defeated. Oh, he's playing possum. Johnny Lawless misses the corner, rolls him up with a schoolboy. 2, 3, and Ron Starr is your winner.
Your winner, the one and only Ron Starr.
They must be related somehow, Ron Starr and Lone Starr.
But it ain't over.
I tell you, I'm legitimately concerned about Ron's left arm, that left shoulder. He is favoring it. It took a lot of punishment in this match, but at the end of the day, Ron Starr will walk away with the W and Johnny Lawless with an L.
Well, you know Ron Starr is the legitimate consummate champion.
And there is the sportsmanship we have come to know and love in the CWF.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's say it again for Ron Starr.
Much respect to the crowd.
Joshua Dawkins all the way from Orlando, Florida. CWF debut tonight, and this kid has challenged for the CWF Heavyweight Championship.
That is a solid-looking young man right there, climbing into the ring for his debut in the CWF, and it's for the championship, so this could definitely be interesting.
And his opponent, weighing in at 180 pounds from 7 Points, Texas, he is the King of Texas, the CWF Champion, 50 caliber, Barrett.
Barrett Brown, one of the longest running champions in CWF history, and man, is he looking lean and trim, and you can see the road maps on his arms all the way over here at the announce table.
Always a crowd favorite no matter where he goes. Internationally now, but Barrett Brown, this will always be his hometown promotion.
Well, we have seen Barrett Brown literally get out of near impossible situations before, but we've got a brand new wrestler, not even from this area, coming in from Orlando, Florida, and it'll be interesting to see what this newcomer has as he challenges our champion, Barrett Brown.
Well, I tell you what, when he came through those ropes, I bet he was so relieved that it wasn't Greg Durden standing there again.
And I absolutely love that Joshua Dawkins is just standing in his corner, showing respect to our champion. He is focused and he is ready for this match.
Not intimidated at all by the dance moves of Barrett Brown. And looking at that belt, knows that he wants a piece of it. So we're going to get started. We'll find out who's going to walk home with the belt.
Well, Carl Knight, the incomparable Carl Knight, our version of the best referee in the state of Texas. If the Texas Wrestling Review is listening, it's Carl Knight, best referee in Texas, will be officiating between Joshua Dawkins and Barrett Brown, the CWF champion. Now, interesting factoid about Joshua Dawkins, his uncle is Daryl Dawkins, who used to play with the 76ers and used to break the backboards when he would do the slam dunks. So this kid comes from a good family tree and good stock. Let's see what he's got in the sport of professional wrestling.
Little true confessions time right now, Phil. When I was a kid, we drilled a couple of holes in the backboards of our backyard nets just so we could do that. We got in big trouble.
Well, I can only imagine. I'm pretty sure Joshua's uncle got in some trouble because you have to stop the game when the backboard gets broken. Barrett Brown with a wrist lock. Nice kip up by Dawkins. And now Dawkins with the wrist lock. Nice acrobatical move, what we've come to know from Barrett Brown. You know, it's interesting because, again, we've never seen Dawkins wrestle before, but so far he is move for move right there with the chip. Beautiful headlock takeover, and Barrett with the leg scissors.
And the crowd liked that one.
And then Dawkins right back to the headlock. I tell you, I really like what I'm seeing from this kid. Great physique, goes for the shoot-off. Barrett Brown reverses, up and over, mule kick, hits the ropes, ducks the clothesline, cartwheel, and a arm drag on our champ. And a beautiful another arm drag, and look at that drop kick on Barrett Brown.
Technically very, very nice. And you know how I like technical wrestlers.
And listen to the crowd go wild. They recognize we are in the presence of some great wrestling right now. I'll tell you, there's only two people in the business that I think do arm drags that well. One is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. The other is me, and now you've got Joshua Dawkins. Those were beautiful arm drags.
There you go. You know, I never actually thought of putting in the same category as Ricky the Dragon, but I see it now.
You know, also when you take a look at that drop kick, that was very similar to what we see in Malik Champion. I would really like to see a one-on-one match between Joshua Dawkins and Malik Champion. But before we go there, Captain, let's focus on the fact that Dawkins is in with the CWF champ right now.
And slipping the moves, and out he goes.
Oh, and a suicide dive right on Dawkins. My word. And I think Dawkins took the worst part of that.
I don't know if he was sliding out to get a breath or he was setting up something else, but right behind him.
Oh, Barrett trying to take advantage, only gets a 2 count. Is the crowd chanting Dawkins right now?
The crowd is chanting for Dawkins.
The crowd is behind Dawkins.
Are they from Florida?
I cannot believe it. Knife edge chop by Barrett Brown and a little Ric Flair.
Welcome.
Oh, Barrett Brown channeling his inner nature boy right there. And another vicious knife edge chop.
Look that look. He's saying, did I do that? Yes, you did, Barrett Brown.
Barrett Brown methodical in everything that he does, slow to pick him up, gets him back in the corner, shoots Dawkins off into the corner. Dawkins takes it hard. Oh, but Barrett Brown just missed the drop kick into a belly-to-back suplex, and now Joshua Dawkins is getting his second win.
Look at the look of shock and awe, if I will, on the face of Barrett Brown.
Great ring positioning by Carl Knight. Got a 2 count, almost 3. We've seen it 100 times. Barrett Brown kicked out, and now Josh Dawkins is sensing victory. He is sensing that he can take this CWF title tonight, and he is staying on the attack. Knife edge chop of his own, and the crowd to our right is going berserk for Joshua Dawkins.
And Joshua gets kicked up. Now he got a little frustration. He thought he was going to take that easy ride in there, and that's not going to happen. Not with Barrett Brown, as you said at the outset. He's gotten himself up pretty tight.
Flatliner by Barrett Brown on Dawkins. Does he have it? 2 count, no. Dawkins kicked out.
He's checking to make sure that his nose is still in the middle of his face. And Barrett Brown is going to slowly, methodically get himself up. And this is where the experience of being the champion comes into play as Barrett Brown takes hold of Joshua Dawkins.
Big snap suplex working on the lower back of Dawkins. Again goes for a pin. Only a 2 count. And again, Dawkins is kicked out. One Barrett going for that half Nelson suplex. No, but Barrett, Joshua Dawkins with 2 massive clotheslines, rocking the rope, giant leg lariat, and Dawkins is on top.
Wow.
Massive frog splash. It is spine buster out of nowhere. We can have a new champion too. Oh my goodness, Captain. I'm talking we were this close to having a new CWF champion right here tonight.
And I'm looking at the face of Barrett Brown. I think he thought that Joshua Dawkins was on his way out to getting done with this match. And where did that come from is all I've got to say.
Dawkins, stay on him. Signify your legacy and become the CWF champion. Oh, Enziguri in the corner. Barrett Brown's not dead yet. Oh, and he suplexed him right into the corner turnbuckles. My goodness, Captain. Both men are spent. They are down. But Barrett Brown trying to take the upper hand, trying to take advantage, moves him out in the middle of the ring.
Still managed to kick out.
Right.
Wow.
Great positioning by Barrett Brown, knowing where Dawkins was, pulling him to the middle of the ring so he couldn't use a leg or an arm to grab the ropes, but Dawkins still had the wherewithal to kick out at 2.
Wow, and that's all I've got to say. I can repeat that one over and over again. I've seen lesser men that have just crumpled when they got suplexed into the turnbuckles like that, and he recovered and still did that and kicked out.
Big kicks by Barrett. Looked like Dawkins was trying to block the one.
Now he's getting mad.
Oh, Barrett misses the kick. Dawkins caught him. A little back, and he hit that half Nelson sleeper. The dragon suplex, if you will. 2, almost 3 once again.
That was close. Way to do it, and now frustration clearly shown on the face of Barrett Brown.
I tell you what, this kid, Joshua Dawkins, is exciting to watch. Barrett Brown is exciting to watch. I cannot believe this is not our main event. This is one of the greatest matches I've seen this year.
Wow, this is, how'd you like to see that in your Christmas stocking? That's a powerful young man, and he has taken it to the CWF champion, Barrett Brown.
Oh my gosh, Barrett Brown went for a moonsault, missed the moonsault. Look at that sleeper drop by Dawkins. Dawkins says that's it. He hooks the leg, 1, 2. But Barrett, once again, what we were talking about earlier, you've got to know where you are in the ring to keep him away from the ropes, as touching the rope breaks the count. And Dawkins, who could have been our next champion, is having to regroup, and he needs to stay on the attack, Captain.
I was just fixing to say, rookie mistake. He should have been right back on Barrett Brown. Don't give Barrett Brown an inch. He will take a mile for sure.
Big forearm rocked the world of Dawkins. Dawkins now goes for a forearm of his own.
But Barrett Brown is rocked. He's having trouble in the balance area.
Now a forearm by Brown.
And they're going to trade these back and forth. Wow, this is exciting, I can tell you that. And the crowd seems to love it. I'm amazed that the crowd has chosen to chant and cheer for Dawkins.
Oh, and a big chop by Dawkins. And now Barrett with a barrage of punches into the chest in the midsection. But Dawkins, he's got him up. Brown ends up getting out, hits the ropes. Kick to the face, hooks the leg, 2. And Barrett Brown does it again. Captain, my goodness, Barrett Brown won. Dawkins did not solidify a win tonight, but this kid showed some heart and some dedication, and I cannot wait to see him again.
There is a future in the CWF for this kid, Joshua Dawkins. Remember the name.
The show's going to be over in 20 minutes.
Still had a minute.
coming too. Barrett Brown laying that belt in the middle of the ring. I would pay money to see Barrett Dawkins too. This kid has nothing to hold his head down about. This was an impressive match tonight.
My, oh my, what a great match. Barrett, the champ still. You have been in the ring with some great athletes. Tell the CWF what you think as 50 caliber, the trainer, what you think about this newcomer from Florida, Josh Dawkins.
I want to, if you don't mind, I'm going to take this from you. Thank you. I've legitimately been in the ring with some of the best in the world. Braun Strowman, Cowboy Bob Orton, Rocky Romero, just a lot of guys that have done this and made livings off of this. And I've been at this for almost 11 years now, and there are so many new, young, up-and-coming flock of talent, not just in Texas, but as we just saw, obviously from around the country. I've been in the ring with some of the best, and I just want to say, after I believe he said he's been in this business for about 2 years, brother Josh, whoever trained you did it right, because you are one of the most talented young prospects I have seen come through here in a very long time. You are a worthy contender for this title, and I hope and pray we get you back here very soon, man. I'm also used to being in the main event, but I am not tonight. So you guys, please, first of all, thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of the show. And I'm humbled, man. Thank you guys. Enjoy the show. There you have it from the champ, 50 caliber, Barrett Brown.
Monster Michael Tarver is back in the CWF, and let me tell you, I've been in the ring with this guy, and he is one tough son of a gun.
Absolutely. Always with the he walks in, he not only is sizing up the crowd, he will size up his opponents.
Always intimidating. I mean, you know, Barrett Brown just talked about being in the ring with some of the best in our business. And Michael Tarver is one of the best in our business.
And might I say, a trendsetter, because Michael Tarver was wearing a mask long before anybody else was wearing it.
That's right. Michael Tarver knew COVID was coming before COVID was even created in a lab. Tarver is as intimidating as ever. He is here tonight. He is challenging for the CWF Texas title, and I would not want to be Bam Bam Malone.
I don't believe Bam Bam's ever been in the ring with Tarver, like both you and I have. And he's got tricks up his sleeve that even Bam Bam may not know about.
Michael Tarver, a little bit of a mixed reception by the crowd, but man, he is an awesome specimen and someone to watch.
Weighing in at 225 pounds, from Paradise City, California, he is the Texas champion, Bam Bam Malone!
Well, every mother's favorite wrestler, Bam Bam Malone, just came through the curtain. He is the CWF Texas champion, but Captain, is he going to be able to hold that belt after being in the ring with the monster, Michael Tarver?
We can only see. I notice he's got his Bam Bam adorned on his wrist dates now. This ring itself, so everyone knows that he is Bam Bam.
Well, I know the slogan is always bet on Bam Bam, but I'm going to be honest with you, Captain. I would put my money on Michael Tarver tonight.
I would too.
Tarver looks like he is ready. Because you know what? That look in his eye, he may just be on the Christmas dinner menu.
Bam Bam Malone, currently the Texas champion, but Michael Tarver taking that belt and holding it up as if it belongs to him. And the referee, Aaron Scott, showing what is on the line tonight. And I tell you, it's more than just a title that's on the line tonight. Michael Tarver has got a score to settle. He wants to show the wrestling world he is still the baddest man in that ring. And what a start to making a huge comeback, then to defeat the Texas champion, move on up, and continue to take titles.
Well, if he does that, it will definitely be on the road to recover. But you know, the mere mortals out there, Phil, you know, if somebody like Tarver came up to you and took your belt, most people would say, okay, you can have it. But Bam Bam is not a mere mortal.
You know, an interesting story, before the show today, Michael Tarver came up and took my belt. I had to run to the store to buy another one.
You gave it up?
I wasn't going to tell Tarver no.
That's probably a very smart move.
Well, listen to the crowd. They are solidly behind Bam Bam Malone. But there's the lock up in the center of the ring. Oh, and Michael Tarver ends up in the corner first. But no, these men are battling for who's going to get the upper hand. And now it's Michael Tarver.
Boy, and Bam Bam's got what Michael Tarver loves, and I can tell you that from experience. Bam Bam has got that hair, and Tarver loves to grab that hair. Take you for a spin, so to speak.
I have always been envious and jealous of Bam Bam Malone's hair. I cannot lie. Oh, and a little trash talking by Michael Tarver. Bam Bam just standing there. Now Bam Bam, you know what I love about Bam Bam is he is not intimidated one bit. As the Texas champion, he has come in. He feels he is not the underdog in this match, and he is going to try and take it to Michael Tarver, because just like Tarver's got something to prove, what is this going to say about Bam Bam and solidifying him as a professional wrestler and a champion than to take down Michael Tarver?
A little condescending tap to Tarver's shoulder. And now Tarver being distracted by the crowd.
Oh, and Tarver taking some objection to the crowd chanting for Bam Bam, and I thought Tarver was going to come out and put his hands on the crowd.
You don't want to make Tarver mad. That's not
I don't want to make him mad. And there's the collar and elbow tie up again. Tarver now with a low knee into the gut, and he's taking the upper hand on Bam Bam Malone. Oh, and Bam Bam gets him up. Those big elbows by Tarver. Oh, and then Tarver takes out the left knee of Bam Bam Malone. That could be a game changer in this match.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting to submarine him like that.
And now Tarver going to work on the left leg. Oh no, he's taking him to the outside. He's going to try and end this young guy's career. Don't do it, Tarver. Oh, but I can't. Tarver may have just torn the ACL in the leg of Bam Bam Malone, and then again, he's just going to work on it right here, right in front of us.
Absolutely, and I was watching as Bam Bam kind of fell out of the ring after that unmentionable shot right there, and he is definitely affected right now. He has the wind taken out of him, and he has not recovered yet.
Well, Michael Tarver, very, very smart. Aaron Scott was getting the 10, which would have resulted in a countout. Tarver rolled in, but man, Michael Tarver is just going to work on that left leg of Bam Bam, and I am really, really concerned with that left leg.
And takes another shot at it right there. Now Tarver is feeding off of the crowd, cheering for Bam Bam, as if it's giving him a little extra strength.
Well, now Michael Tarver grabbing a chair. Referee Aaron Scott, you got to step in and stop this. Oh my goodness! Michael Tarver just punted on the chin of Bam Bam Malone, and he may be knocked out unconscious.
Well, you got to hand it to Tarver. I like that. That intimidation tactic works every time.
Well, Tarver's got to get him back in the ring. He's not going to win the match out here. And it's like he heard me talking in the earpiece as he rolls him back in. But to your point, Tarver is really milking the boos and the cheers for Bam Bam of the crowd. Bam Bam back in the ring, trying to put some pressure on that left leg, having some trouble up on his feet. Oh, but he gets a super kick.
And down goes Tarver outside of the ring now. Well, I can tell you, Phil, it's been a long time since you've been a quote-unquote bad guy, but you feed off of those boos. They're just as good as cheers, and it gives you that strength to kind of stand up.
Well, that kick must have hit the mark because Michael Tarver has been holding his face ever since, and now Bam Bam, sensing victory, getting Michael Tarver back onto the top. Oh, and then a chop to the throat by Tarver, and Tarver pulling the legs out from under Bam Bam, and again just going to work on that left leg of Bam Bam Malone.
Did Tarver just throat punch him?
Tarver methodically rolling back into the ring, stalking Bam Bam. You can see Bam Bam from this over here, the expression of pain on his face as Tarver just continues to work on the ligaments in the knee, in the hamstring. And then look at him here. Submission move after so much damage on Bam Bam. Is Bam Bam gonna tap? I say no, but this is a dangerous, dangerous predicament for Bam Bam Malone to be in.
Well, you know, on Thanksgiving they have the wishbone, and I think Tarver's trying to make a wish that he gets that Texas title from Bam Bam.
Bam Bam makes it to the ropes. He will have to the count of 5 to break. Tarver saying no, pulls the leg again, and Bam Bam is in serious, serious trouble. Look at Tarver just stalking him. Down on one knee, cinches the victory. And again, you said that intimidation factor. We've got a former WWE superstar in the ring right now. That is intimidation in itself.
And then he just looks at you with those cold, dark eyes. And Bam Bam, I'll give him credit, he's not wilted away.
Tarver is trying to inflict maximum damage onto the knee and the leg of Bam Bam Malone. This is not good for Bam Bam, who's got a great career ahead of him. And again, Tarver going for that chair. And out comes referee Aaron Scott. And Aaron Scott did not see, nothing illegal about it, but Tarver came in and just slammed his knee into the face of Bam Bam. And again, Bam Bam maybe knocked unconscious. He's trying to get his wits about him, trying to figure out where in the ring he is as Tarver's in the corner just stalking and then talking to the crowd.
A consummate professional, and it's slow, it's methodical. It's a direct change from what you see a lot of nowadays. This is just as effective when they take their time and slowly put those moves together and slows down those torturous body jabs and leg pulls.
Well, again, I think this was probably Tarver's plan from the beginning. He wanted to make a statement. He wanted to come in tonight, returning to the CWF after a year hiatus. He wanted to make a statement, and I think he's making it right now. He's making the statement that not only do you not want to mess with me, but I should be the Texas champion. And he's going to inflict maximum damage on Bam Bam Malone.
Well, not only to say I should be the Texas champion, but to say you call this man your champion, if he wants to take him down piece by piece and break him before he puts the pin on him.
Bam Bam's in some serious trouble. Look at Tarver just in his face. Just grabs his face and slams it. Oh, but Bam Bam pops right back up and a big forearm. And another forearm. Bam Bam.
None of it.
Bam Bam will not be intimidated. Bam Bam now feeding off of adrenaline, trying to get to his feet. Does he have what it takes? No, he doesn't. Went for that kick and missed.
Now that leg gave out of him. That's what happened there. That leg that Tarver has been so artfully working on since the beginning of this match.
And again, right back to the attack. You see Aaron Scott right in position, wanting to know, does Bam Bam want to tap out? I don't think that Bam Bam will ever tap out, but I also am really concerned about the knee and want to make sure that some permanent damage hasn't been done.
That's right. You have to have a little sense about you. Sometimes it's better to take the L than take the permanent sideline gig.
Oh, big knife edge chop. Big forearm. Now Bam Bam with the shoulder tackles in the corner, and he's got his second win. That adrenaline surging through his body. Oh, but then Michael Tarver once again kick to the leg.
Down he goes.
Tarver back on the attack. You know, Captain, I love how Tarver has one foot on the opposite leg. Oh, and I thought he was going for a figure four.
All about leverage, Phil, all about leverage.
Oh, and Bam Bam with a schoolboy. Two, I thought that was going to be it. There's that super kick right into the face of Tarver. He hooks the leg. 2, 3, and somehow Bam Bam Malone has retained the CWF Texas title.
That is probably the hardest title defense he's had to go through. And Tarver's just laying there. He doesn't know what's happened. Doesn't even know that he...
Your winner and still CWF Texas champion, Bam Bam Malone.
Bam Bam with the victory. Michael Tarver still unconscious in the middle of the ring, but has the damage been done? What is this going to do to Bam Bam Malone? If I was going to be challenging Bam Bam for that title, you better believe I know that there's something wrong with that left leg now, and that's exactly what I'd be going for.
And he's going to do this. He's having a little trouble putting weight on it.
Well, Bam Bam is your victor. The slogan pays off again. Always bet on Bam Bam.
I bet his mommy is so proud of him.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a match. Former WWE superstar Michael Tarver. Michael, this is not your first time to join the CWF, so why don't you tell the CWF fans how good it feels to be back here?
It doesn't feel that good. My jaw hurts.
It was a pretty nasty super kick.
I tell you what, that boy hits harder than Stan Hansen. That's a Texas legend. Let me tell you something. These boys hit hard in Texas. You should be proud. I'm gonna borrow from Barrett Brown a little bit. I've been in the ring with some of your greatest favorite wrestlers of all time, one in particular. One of the greatest, if not the greatest, from the state of Texas, The Undertaker. And I'll tell you what, Bam Bam hits just as hard. So you know, anywhere else you go, no matter where you watch wrestling, Christian Wrestling Federation is just as talented, hits just as hard, wrestles just as hard, goes just as hard, competes just as hard. It doesn't matter where you've been or where you're from. You come to CWF, you better bring your A game.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up one more time for Michael Tarver.
Brixton, Shaw, neither one of these guys are my favorite wrestler.
You know, I was just looking at Danny Saint, and we were looking at Ron Starr earlier. And, you know, you can take the weight they've lost to make another wrestler.
I'm going to say something right now. I'm going to be honest with you. Seeing the transformation that Danny Saint has made during this whole coronavirus pandemic thing, seeing how much weight he's dropped, seeing how good he looks, he honestly, he looks like $1 million. Do I love the guy? No, but he looks good. I'm proud of the transformation he's made, and he is in there tonight tagging with Brixton Shaw.
We have the man of 500 poses. And the man of 1,000,000 signs. Introducing Peterbuilt, and former WCW star, Lodi.
Captain, my favorite professional wrestler of all time, the man of 500 poses, Peterbuilt, is about to come through that curtain, and I can't wait. There he is, Peterbuilt. And Lodi, it's the Lodi monster. Yes, it doesn't get any better than Lodi and Peterbuilt in the CWF.
I don't know about a Peterbuilt back trip, maybe. I guess you probably should call Peterbuilt a specimen.
Absolutely is he a specimen. You know, this entire week I was in the gym working out, and I didn't realize it, but people kept coming up to me and they were saying, "Who is Peterbuilt? Who is Peterbuilt?" And I said, "Why are you asking that?" And they said, "Well, every time you go to pump that iron, you're yelling the name Peterbuilt." And I said, "That's the individual I most want to look like in professional wrestling." What a star.
Wow. Can't wait to see what this kid has in store for us. Lodi, of course, doing his thing with the signs. Those are called letters on those signs. We call them a poster.
It's true, it's true.
There's no pictures.
Well, Lodi definitely a fan favorite and a sign guy. The crowd absolutely loves him. And you know, Lodi doesn't look bad at all. Lodi's got one heck of a physique.
Look, it says CWF is the best.
Lodi knows CWF is where all the action is in professional wrestling. Well, and Lodi, I think he's had enough. He's going to the back. What is Lodi doing? He's got a match. Where did he go? What happened?
They're going to leave him up there to handle those two by himself.
We're still waiting on Lodi. And Lodi coming back, sliding in the ring. And look at the man at 500 poses, Peterbuilt. Impressive as all get out. I love some Peterbuilt.
You know, kind of reminds me of Jesus Freak Rob Vaughn in a way.
Peterbuilt?
No, Jesus Freak.
Oh, Jesus Freak, okay.
Oh, it's because it is him, that's right.
Well, Lodi must be blown up as he's now sitting in the corner in the match. I guess all that running around took its toll on Lodi, but Peterbuilt,
He's
standing
signing
at
out of the pose
attention,
off.
posing 500 poses. He's ready to go. Someone in the crowd just asked Lodi if he was tired. He said, "Absolutely not. I do this for a living. It's how I get paid."
Making posters?
We can't ring the bell until I give away a sign.
I've never seen anybody flex while holding a sign.
We all know the sign goes to the fan who makes the most noise.
Lodi, has he picked a winner? And he has! And that little kid right there just got a sign by the Lodi Monster himself.
Oh, he's going to give away another one. Don't put your arms down. It's for the kids.
I can't help it. I get so excited when Lodi's here.
And another happy kid. What a Christmas present for those kids. Christmas is to come.
go. All the signs have been given out. It is now Lodi and Peterbuilt in the ring with Brixton Shaw and Danny Saint. The incomparable Carl Knight, the greatest referee in professional wrestling history, will be officiating this match tonight. Well, then it looks like Lodi and Peterbuilt pulling a stunt from the Jesus Freak and I, deciding who is going to start the match.
Paper, rock, scissors, baby.
It's the only way to go, and it looks like Peterbuilt has won the toss-up.
Paper, rock, scissors in my entire life. I never start.
Brixton Shaw, Peterbuilt.
He's just going to put his hat on and let Peterbuilt do all the work.
Well, in Brixton, is Brixton trying to do some poses himself?
Wait a second. Is this shirt the skin? Yes, yes. I thought I'd be original, come up with something cool.
The man of 500 poses, Peterbuilt. Oh, but Brixton Shaw is not here to pose. He's here to wrestle, and now he's taking it to Peterbuilt.
There's that young man right there.
And now Peterbuilt with the upper hand, and there comes the Lodi monster into the ring against Brixton Shaw. High knee.
If you're going to get in that ring and you're going to do the Rick Rude push down, you better be prepared to take the first shot.
Brixton Shaw is not in control of this. Oh, but there's a jawbreaker on Lodi, and he makes the tag into Danny Saint. Oh, but big hip toss, and Danny Saint goes down.
Not so arrogant now, as he's the first one to tag out.
Lodi and Peterbuilt doing a great job tagging in and out. Double team move on Danny Saint, double clothesline, rolling him up. And it looks like they're going for a double hip toss.
Very nice.
And a kick in the back and a kick in the front. Great teamwork. Hooks the leg, only a 2 count. Great job by Peterbuilt. Peterbuilt watching his ring positioning. Danny Saint to the outside, and Brixton Shaw coming back in.
Well, they're setting themselves up for all of that. You know, you keep talking about Carl Knight. There's someplace somebody can go to put a vote in for Carl Knight.
I believe it's the Facebook page, Texas Wrestling Review. They are going through their, who's going to be the best in the different categories. You can definitely vote for Carl Knight at Texas Wrestling Review on Facebook. Oh, only a 2 count by Carl Knight. Looked like Lodi was going to get the early victory, but Brixton Shaw somehow with the wherewithal kicking out.
Now, Brixton Shaw's not going to go down that easily.
I tell you, Lodi and Peterbuilt doing a great job tagging in and out, staying fresh, taking advantage. Oh, and a big double clothesline. Brixton Shaw's in trouble, 2 count. And Brixton kicked up Peterbuilt.
Now, we've got a couple of people in the crowd going for Peterbuilt right now. He's developing a following.
Oh, and a big clothesline. Goes again for the pin. Only a 2 count.
This Peterbuilt is awesome. Somebody needs to sign this guy. He cannot be an independent free agent all
Excuse
this
me, sir,
time.
you have to get back in your seat. This is a professional announcing area
A
here.
little bit of a rogue fan there, needing some security, but he is solidly in charge of Peterbuilt. Oh, and Danny Saint now with a dirty trick on Christmas Day, and I hope Santa Claus puts coal in his stocking.
That could be, but Peterbuilt, boy, even when he's looking down, he's looking good, though.
Oh, big European uppercut by Brixton Shaw. I wonder if he learned that in Europe where he's from. And then a big enziguri. Oh, and now Brixton Shaw having some words with Carl Knight. Oh, but Peterbuilt with a big back elbow. Oh, and a big boot to the midsection. And then misses a clothesline.
And now he's going to take him up, pick him up, and
Oh, inverted atomic drop.
that's got to hurt no matter where you're from.
Oh, look at the brain buster on Peterbuilt by Brixton Shaw. 1, 2. And notice how Brixton Shaw has got the ring cut off from Lodi. He was closer to his side and now making the tag.
Come on, Peterbuilt, let's go.
And we'll get the crowd into this a little bit more here. And right now, Danny Saint dropping those big arms on the back of Peterbuilt.
I tell you, Peterbuilt is now in a world of trouble. Oh, and Danny Saint with that discus forearm, that spinning discus forearm, and then scoops him up for a big body slam right in the middle of the ring. Oh, I thought he was going to do a leg drop. Swung that leg around, hooks the leg, 2 count. But Peterbuilt was able to kick out.
There he is. Now he's trying to get to Lodi to get that tag made. Danny Saint cuts that off. You know, Peterbuilt is there, and Peterbuilt is the great poster child for those New Year's resolutions you're not going to keep come next week.
Yes, he is. But, man, is he in trouble right now. Those muscles are not doing him any good. He has got to make a tag to Lodi if Lodi and Peterbuilt want to stay in this competition. Oh, look at the drop kick by Danny Saint. He had to have 6 feet of air. That kid's been in the gym pumping the iron.
Peterbuilt, 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 Peterbuilt.
Listen to the crowd chanting for Peterbuilt. He needs to make the tag. Lodi, the freshman, wants to get in, Captain.
Yeah, the crowd right behind us is really into Peterbuilt. It almost feels like they're right on the table with us.
Russian leg sweep by Brixton Shaw. No one does it better. There's a 2 count. Lodi was coming in to make the tag, or excuse me, make the cutoff. Oh, and then look at Brixton Shaw. That brings Lodi in, but now Cole's night attention is completely off what's going on behind him.
Well, that didn't work out the way that he thought it would.
Lodi needs to make a tag and get in. He is the fresh man. Peterbuilt has taken all of the abuse and all of the damage in this match. I tell you, early on it looked like Shaw and Danny Saint had their work cut out for him, but now it's the Shaw and Saint show.
Just manhandles, puts Brixton Shaw in the corner, goes to work on the gut right there. But he's making no moves to get over to Lodi to tag out.
Peterbuilt with those big shoulder tackles. Scoops him up, gets in the middle of the ring, and then just drops him on his back. The strength goes for a cover, needed to go for a tag. Only got a 2 count, and Peterbuilt needs to take this opportunity and tag in the Lodi monster.
But denies it one more time and goes back to give a little more punishment to Brixton Shaw.
Could be a terrible mistake. Oh, and then Shaw with that forearm into the lower back. Scoop suplex. Peterbuilt is in serious trouble.
Come on, Peterbuilt, get up.
Only a 2 count. Again, Shaw tagging in Saint. They've cut the ring off. Lodi desperate to get in. German suplex by Danny Saint onto Peterbuilt. 1, 2. Oh my gosh, that was almost 3, Captain.
Very close to being 3, but they are masterful at keeping him from over at Lodi's side to be able to tag out. And I don't care how good a shape you're in, that kind of punishment is going to wear you down bit by bit.
Well, Saint has got Peterbuilt in the corner. Referee Carl Knight telling him to get out. Lodi fresh on the outside, ready to get in. Shoots Peterbuilt off. Big mule kick, misses it. Shoves him in. Oh, but Peterbuilt just took Danny Saint's head right in between the eyes. And he could have broken his nose for all we know.
No, not a broken nose.
Peterbuilt needs to make that tag. He's in the corner, and there it is, Lodi. Big clothesline.
They really take points off.
Another clothesline, back elbow.
What kind of mayhem is going on here? I look away for a second, and Phil and Jesus Freak Rob Vaughn are inside the ring, and it's absolute mayhem. Oh my goodness, what kind of a Christmas Day massacre is this? And now, you got him right there. You got Peterbuilt has a hold of a chair. You've got Jesus Freak Rob Vaughn. You have Phil Bishop. My goodness, and what are they doing? But right now, Peterbuilt going to offer the protection to get both Jesus Freak and well, my goodness, I wasn't expecting that. I like it a lot. As if to say, I've been living underneath your shadow for a long time, old man. And Peterbuilt takes that time to turn with the chair and take down Lodi. has been called for interference. Bill the Real Deal Bishop and Jesus Freak Ralph Vaughn. My goodness. I was just sitting here in complete and utter awe as to what was happening. That was totally unexpected.
What is the gospel? I get this a lot. People ask me, Lodi, what is the gospel? And for me, you sum it up in 2 words. The gospel is the good news. What good news, you ask? What good news could you be talking about? The good news of Jesus Christ. That over 2,000 years ago, he came to earth as a child and led a perfect life and became the perfect sacrifice for us. What did that sacrifice accomplish? It allows us to have an eternity, not only with God the Father, but Jesus as well. Because as humans, we have free will to make choices. And we have a choice to make in this temporary life. We can either choose to follow Jesus and put him first and let him be the Lord and Savior of our life, or we can choose not to. Now, we get to make our choices, but we're not free from the consequences of those choices. And if I talk about good news, there's got to be bad news. What's the bad side? What's the bad news? If you don't choose to let Jesus be the Lord and Savior of your life, the bad news is you will not spend eternity with God the Father and Jesus, but yet you will spend eternity in hell. You got one or two choices. It'll be the single most important choice you ever make in your life. And as Christians, if you believe that, it's our job to spread the gospel and tell everyone else what we know. It would be almost like if you were a doctor and you had a cure for cancer, but you didn't tell anybody. How crazy is that? As Christians, we are called to spread the gospel, to spread the good news of Jesus to others, so that they can find the same happiness, the same love that we have found in our walk with Christ. This life is temporary. Nobody knows if you're going to make it through tonight, tomorrow, next week. You might live 80 years, you might live 20. So for those of you like, you know what, I'm having fun with my lifestyle now. I like doing what I'm doing. Maybe when I'm older like you, Lodi, maybe then I'll give my life to Christ. What happens if you don't get that choice? What happens if you don't get that chance? None of us are promised tomorrow. Once again, the most important choice in this temporary life you will ever make is whether or not you choose the free gift, the greatest gift in the history of man. It's the love of Jesus, to not only follow him, love him, keep him first, but to spend eternity with him or spend eternity in hell. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just being honest. If Jesus can save a sinner and a troublemaker and an addict like me, he can do the same thing for you. You don't have to clean up your life to go to Jesus. You can go to him today just the way you are. Guess what? He loves you the way you are. The gospel, the good news of Jesus, and what he can do for you.